You see, not only were you a farmer, but you were also a blacksmith, if that's the right term to use for a lady, and a bit of a midwife in between.
Oh, I was everything then. I was everything that ever was known.
Did we talk about the Civil War? No, we did we?
Yeah, I mean the Civil War was all right and everything. Oh, the Civil War was right. Oh, the war was a disgrace. It destroyed. I voted in the first elections that brought this country out of English rule, and I often said my head ought to be cut off when I see what goes on now, because that did not go on in English. The Catholics, of course, there might be spots through the country that they were looked down on with the high up English people, but I know places now. I knew there was a gentleman's. He was a gentleman's house at Rockaway, and no matter who owned the Gersha, when she came of age, she was brought in there and trained to whatever she wanted to be, a cook. There was a whole staff of 8 people in it, and they come on then one Easter Monday and burned that place down. And they burned the Bible, and the Bible was got on the top of the fields of ours that was ballast beyond. The pages of the Bible burned. So that wasn't right.
Did you believe in ghosts? That's a different one.
I never seen a ghost. I did. I seen one. I'll not say it was a ghost, but I'll not say it was anything, but it was something. We was coming from church in Barber one night, and a boyfriend with me and my brother, and we came to a certain place down there on the road, and says the boyfriend to me, he says, "You have Dick with you now." This was a day for Sunday night, about maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. "You have Dick," that was my brother, "you have Dick with you now, you'll be all right going home, and I'll go back." So he went. We were 3 of us were standing with 3 bicycle lamps on our 3 bicycles. But here we seen this thing coming up the road. And it came as close to me as that. And she was a big, tall, brown woman, and her 2 feet coming out there from under the gown, and her white hand holding this mantle round her head. And she just was as near to me as you. And I passed over, and we all spoke. She never spoke. So we stood on a few minutes, and they come to this decision that we'd come on, we'd pass her coming down the road, but we never passed her. That was all the thing ever I seen, that I never knew what it was.
What do you, somebody like you that was born in 1906 or thereabouts, what do you think of the world today and how it has changed?
Oh, badly. I don't know what it was in my time, but I know there's a lot more for people in the world now, but they're using it very wrongly. A lot of them.
Are they spoiled?
Spoiled. The youngsters are spoiled, totally. That's one thing I have to say, that children, the families of children is spoiled today, because there's only 1 or 2 in every family. In our family there was 10 reared. Well, my father go to town of a Saturday, or my mother. They come home with a big paper of sweets in a pocket, and a big paper of cakes in another, and that was given to whoever was left at home to defend among us. And that was, we got one apiece all round, so there wasn't many left, but the rest was on the shelf. That's for whoever does the most work. And that's the way we were petted and reared. We got Santa had come to us. Not the time, I mean getting this, watch Santa, and what was wrote on it? When you look at the time, he ate me. I got that in my stocking. I remember that. I never forgot it. It was a pink watch, and this was, it was a big sweet. So when you look at the time, you could eat me.
Do you remember the half doors?
I do. The half door out there. The half door we had out there was a wire one. There was the 4 frames of it, but the middle of it was a sheet of wire, because the children were so near to the horses you couldn't let them out, and still they wanted out. So we left the door, Dickie made the door that the kids could go down and stand and peep out at the horse through the wire. So it was a wire half door, was an our house out there that we reared our family with. But I remember the other half doors well. And the skillet pots and pans, griddles. What would you call the big flat thing that would make the bread on? I forget what the big round thing like, and I remember. I mean this. the skeleton. I remember the thing that my father used to make the wax for mending boots. Many times stored it. He'd put in a lump of wax and a lump of something else and boil all this together to make wax, to make ends for the sew boots.
Wax ends, yeah.
I remember them kettles and the tables with the spouts on the sides of them. What did they call them now?
Not to worry anyway, not to worry. That's the bell on the clock. That means it's almost time to wrap this conversation up. But before I do, back a few minutes ago we heard a little squeal or a bark from a dog. You have a little dog here that thinks the world of you.
What?
The little dog here that thinks an awful lot of you.
That thinks of me? Why, every dog will think a lot of me, no matter where I go, a dog will follow me and I'll have a dog. I had an occasion, I had to get up and down there a few months ago, and she, every morning as soon as the room door was open, she'd come down and lay at the side of the bed. And one morning I was up and out the back there, and my glasses up on the shelf and my teeth along with them. So when I come in, she was sitting under the bed and her head out and my glasses across her face and my teeth was gone. But she was one face for a brute. The face for a brute never died. I was in the hospital and some of the lads come home this night and said that I was coming home the next day and took my coat and hung it up there at the bed. But when they come in the next morning, my shoes was along the fire. She knew it was coming. Why, anything I left my hand on, petted on me. I was one of them fanciers. I was ponies and horses out there. We had a pony out there, one of our own out there. There was no shop down there, and the mail had to come up in paper bags out of it, and sure was a nuisance, and we had pigs and things. And I took a notion one day that I'd have to get a pony. I'm going to town and get what to do. So I got 2 pet pigs. This is what we made a fortune of. I got 2 pet pigs, reared the pigs up and sold them. And I gave Dickie the price of the pony, and I had the price of the cart, the harness, the straddle, the collar, and the winkers. And the breeching, I think, was all out of the price of the pigs, the 2 pigs. So I was landed that I had my own pony, but that pony petted on me, and she would kill the man, the husband. She'd ate him. I seen her, we were in the town with the pony and trap one day, and I seen her going down to get round to the trap to come home, and she couldn't go up, he couldn't go up to her head. And he went up the other side of the manger, and he got her down, and he brought her out, and he lifted the trap, and she took the 2 heels, and she turned the trap upside down onto its mouth in the yard. So I was out on the town, and a neighbour man come out running around the town to see, come in, there's an awful rushing above in Farley's yard. The pony's after turning the trap upside down and Dickie can't go near her. So I went up and I got the pony. They had got the trap turned upside down, so I got the pony, put the pony into the trap and set sail for home, not one bit of bother. He sent a man down there to load the bog for a load of turf one day. The priest was at this and needed the wedding, the anniversary, and coming up the road just there at that lower house there used to be a place for shoeing horses, for shoeing cart wheels. But she took a notion with the load of turf on her, and she would not pass this place. With this man, he wasn't Dickie, he was his brother. And up the road she wouldn't come, nor out of she stopped, and she backed the cart in, and there was a river, and all they were afraid of the cart and all going down into the river. So off there came a man running to me to go down, there was horrid trouble with the pony on the road, and I was washing a child. So I got the child washed, and I rolled it up, and I went down, and there they were with the pony trying to keep her out of the river with a load of turf, and I did not have eaten them. So I went over and I told them to stand back, and I went over and I rubbed her on the nose and said, come on, Lizzie. Lizzie walked out and up the road with me.